So, hello. This is the part two of the things I wish I knew before wanting to be a nurse in Germany. So, another five things. So, let's start. So, the first one is no, this is not the first one. This is the sixth one. So, the sixth one is salary. So, I thought that the salary here in Germany is good. I thought, but I was mistaken. I think it is good, but not that good. You know, like, um, I'm not trying to like, making it negative, but it's the reality of what we are facing here, especially if you work under an agency, like, uh, you earn this much every hour, but if you get to know the real like per hour rate, if you're not under an agency, it's there's quite a difference really. And in especially in our nursing home, there is what we call Zeitarbeit, or the temporary workers. So they earn like the difference, should I say it, like a lot. A big difference in our hourly rate and their hourly rate. So I wish I knew that, like, so that I will have this mindset in that, hey, it's okay if you earn this much. It's just like you're still starting and all that. But even when you become a nurse, like a registered nurse, you are not going to earn as much as what the others are earning. Although, yes, we always hear the words like, don't compare your salary with that of the others and all that. But you cannot help but compare because you work to earn, you work to save, you work for your family, you work to provide. So, yeah, so don't expect that you will be getting a lot of money while working here in Germany, especially if you're working under an agency, because um, and of course, um, when I was in the Philippines, I kept on watching all these YouTube videos telling me that, um, like more than half of your salary will not actually be given to you because there are certain taxes that you're going to pay, and then there's also um, the different insurances, like for when you are going to retire, for when you get sick, when you get to have this like medical um, care that you needed, all that stuff. So yeah, it eats up more than half of what you're going to earn. So you have to be prepared for that. And also some facilities, like they have this Zuschlag, or like Zuschlag. I don't know how it translates that into English, but it's quite frustrating really. But um, you don't get to have as much, like your overtime pay and all that, or like the extra when you work during the holidays and during this Sundays. So it's not that big, really. Yeah. So the salary, we um we we were hoping to receive higher, but it's not that high. You only get to save a little bit of money, you get to send a little bit of money to your family, just enough, really. And I've heard stories from my from some of my Filipino colleagues. They earn a lot of money back in the Philippines. Of course, it's going to be a large sum of money if converted to the Philippine peso. But when you're here in Germany, you have to think about a lot of things, not just like what you're going to send to the Philippines, but also how you're going to survive here in Germany, like food at the apartment and all that stuff. It's not in, if I don't know, it's not going to be really enough, really. You won't be a millionaire here. So yeah, I wish I knew that. I hope that you will know that before wanting to become a nurse here in Germany. I'm not disappointing you, but I just wanted to prepare you, your mindset and what you're going to face here in Germany. And yeah. So yeah, so that was the first one, the salary, or all about money, money, money. And the second one is the work environment as well as your workmates. So we know for sure that you are going to work with um, uh, German people, yeah? Like your colleagues will be Germans. Not all of them are going to be Filipinos, or not all of them are going to be, it's going to be a mix of people. People with different cultures, different people with different outlooks in life. I don't know if, yeah, but the kind of environment when you're working in for example, in my experience, this is all based on my experience, yeah. um, in my nursing home, you can seldom hear people laughing. Like, they're quite serious. You cannot even see a lot of people smiling. Like in the Philippines, yeah, hello, our level of like service is there, and their energy does not match ours. Like, they're quite quiet, they are serious, they have like a um different work ethics, they have different work culture, different work environment. So you have to prepare yourself for that. If you're the serious type, maybe you can blend in. But if you are someone who just, wanted to have a more chill vibes, or like a friendly kind of work environment, it's not gonna be that. Although, um, yes, if you like ask questions, they will answer you. If like, but they are professional on another level. I don't know how to explain it really, but just prepare yourself, because these were some of the things I wish I knew, like how it's going to be in the workplace. It's really different from what we have in the Philippines. So yeah, prepare your mind, prepare your soul, prepare everything. So yeah, and third, so the salary or the money. Second is the work environment and the workmates. Third are the Filipino co-workers. So if your agency has already sent a lot of like Filipinos here in Germany, so you will probably be able to work with a Filipino co-worker. But I have to say, if lucky for us here in our facility, our Filipino co-workers are really nice. They're very welcoming. They help us like how we are going to like work here, how are we going to be able to do our tasks well, what are the techniques or whatnot. But I've heard from some of my colleagues as well in other facilities, um, especially those Filipinos who have been here in Germany for so long a time, working here. They have also adapted the German way of working, like they're also very serious with work. They are very upfront with you when telling you the criticisms and all that. It's not easy. It's you have to prepare yourself. Um, I have talked about this with my colleague with me here, and I have talked about like uh, how it is different from the Philippines. Like Filipinos, we say things upfront, but we say it mildly. Like we present our issues and concerns in a milder manner as compared to the Germans. Like here, you will really hear like, "Oh, you're so slow. Oh, you're like this and like that." And we were told that you should not take it personally. But for us Filipinos, it's like a shock, right? Like, really? I'm slow? Or like, it will be quite frustrating, really, but um, hopefully you will be able to like cope up with it and like search for how to make your work be better. So yeah, but I wish I knew those things while I was still in the Philippines. That, um, especially with number three, the Filipino co-workers, that not all of us are, not all the Filipino co-workers will be as helpful as you hope they would be, or they'll be not as friendly, or what. Just there are just different peoples. There are different people with like different personalities, so just prepare yourself that you will be able to face a lot of hardships when working here in Germany. I'm not, again, I'm not trying to disappoint you, but I just want you to um, prepare yourself mentally, with physically, your soul, and all the other aspects in your life when you want to work here in Germany. So yeah, number four. Number four is the cost of grocery, the apartment, and other things, or like the cost of living ba. Um, yeah, you are earning euros, but you're going to spend euros as well. So, like for example, um, when you buy certain stuff, like fruits, for example, mangoes, mangoes cost like 1.5 euros. Mga pila i-convert mo sa kuan Philippine money. 1 euro is like 57 pesos plus 0.5 20 butang to 20 30 no 20 something 24 25 9 28, yeah, 28 plus 57. O di ba dako kaayo, it's very expensive. But yeah, that's a Filipino way. We always convert it to Philippine money, but still, you are going to divide by what your salary, and like set aside this money for your budget for food, and then you also have to budget this one for your apartment, and then you also have to budget this part of your salary padala sa Pilipinas and all that. So for me, the cost of grocery is still quite high. um, Although I can save a lot because I have my colleague here, so we share with the grocery, so we don't get to spend a lot of money, um, that much money, and thank God we are not like very foodie kind of people. Like we enjoy the basic food, like we fry, we buy rice, we do this and that. We make sure to be able to save much on our food so that we can enjoy other stuff as well. And we can send money back home. So that's a priority. And then with the apartment, it's quite costly. Some of the apartments, especially here in my apartment, it is actually based on how big your space is. And so, for example, you have one apartment and it has two rooms. So the first room will be smaller, so you will have to pay less for that room, and then if you get the bigger room, you will pay a lot more. So yeah, so yeah, it's quite costly, to be honest, but most of the apartments here will have to include um, the electricity, the water, um, the furniture, the internet. So yeah, that's all part na in what you're paying for the apartment cost, for the rent. So yeah, but it's still quite costly. And imagine, for example, you will be paying 330 euros a month. Imagine how much is that, diba? That's a lot of money. Pwede na naipadala sa Pilipinas. So, so yeah, tipid-tipid. Because it's not easy when you only earn a certain amount of money and then you have to budget that for a month, because you only have you will have you will receive your salary only once a month. So and the so that was it. The sixth one is the salary, work environment, and the workmates, the Filipino coworkers, the cost of grocery, the apartment, and the cost of living. And the last one is the FRV, or the Family Reunification Visa. Um, these this is applicable to those who are already married and who wishes to bring their spouse and their kids. I don't know if that will include, like, if you have partners. I haven't really researched on that, because what I'm going to comment about is that your FRV is based basically on your salary as a registered nurse. So you can only apply the FRV only when you're already a registered nurse. And as a registered nurse, of course, you are expected to have a higher pay. But if you're working under an agency, I don't think that it will reach the basic amount for which you will be able to get your families. Siguro you can, hopefully, maybe if you have only like a spouse and one kid. But if you have two kids and a spouse to get from the Philippines to come with you here in Germany, I don't think it will be enough if you are going to work under an agency pa ba. So maybe if you're free na from the agency and you get to transfer to a workplace with a higher salary, that's it. Then maybe you can apply for a family reunification visa, but do not expect to be able to get your family immediately. No, not like when you have work visa in another country. You just have to like show them that this is my apartment, this is my salary, and all that. But here in Germany, salary plays a very big role ba with your family reunification visa application. So you have to consider that. And I wish I knew that before coming to Germany, because I thought, oh, once you have work, once you have stable work, because of course, when you have like you already have like a contract, um, you are already affiliated to a certain facility. I thought that is enough to get your family and come live with you here in Germany, but it is not. So yeah, I wish I knew that before coming to Germany, because having family beside you while you're still working here, and it brings a lot of comfort, supposedly ba. So and it's not just me, but most of us who came here have families, have little kids back home, and we wished to have them here na as soon as possible. But um, as I have learned along the way, it's not easy to apply the I for the family reunification visa. You have not only a stable job, but a high salary, high hourly rate ba. Because the apartment is given. Like, you already have an apartment. It's probably enough for you and your family to stay in. But when it comes to the salary, especially if you're working under an agency lagi, it's lower as compared to when you are already free na from the agency. So it will take a lot of time pa before you can apply for the family reunification visa and have it approved. And yeah. So again, what are the 6th to 10th uh, another 5 things that I wish I knew before wanting to be a nurse here in Germany. So that's the salary, or the money, the work environment and the workmates, the Filipino co-workers, the cost of the grocery, the apartment, the um, the cost of living ba. And the fifth one is the family reunification visa and its requirements. So yeah, That's it. Next video I will be doing is um, the what are the tasks you need to do um, as a caregiver or a nurse assistant when you come here in Germany, not as a fully recognized nurse. So yeah, see you in my next video.